In my film Beyond Denial's opening sequence, a gripping tale of grief and tragedy unfolds through intricate camera work and eerie soundscapes, portraying the unraveling mental health of its main lead character, Asher, drawing inspiration from acclaimed director Wes Anderson, known for his prominence in the indie film world. I integrated his remarkable filming techniques and stylistic elements in the opening sequence of my film. The camera work in Grief and Tragic, and most importantly, in Anderson films, employ techniques such as close-ups, slow tracking shots, and handheld cinematography to intimately capture the emotional turmoil and depth of the characters' experiences. Techniques like jump cuts and fragmented framing may be used too, to evoke a sense of disorientation or psychological distress within the storytelling. Used wide-angle, close-up shots, and deliberate jump cuts to convey the raw complexity and intensity of Asher's stages of grief and denial on screen. Wes Anderson often uses a distinct color palette in his films to convey themes of grief and nostalgia. He frequently employs muted or pastel tones, such as soft blues, yellows, and pinks, to evoke a sense of melancholy and longing. These colors and tones can be seen in the set design, costume, and its colors, as well the camera work of my opening sequence, creating a dreamlike atmosphere that enhances the emotional depth of my storyline. One of my reference films is The Lovely Bones. The film explores themes of grief, loss, and the impact of a traumatic event on a family. Susie's family, including her parents Jack, Mark Wahlberg, and Abigail, Rachel Weisz, and her siblings, struggle to come to terms with her death. The opening sequence of my film mirrors the exquisite storytelling of The Lovely Bones, drawing inspiration from its meticulously crafted narrative to evoke a comparable depth of emotion in Asher after the loss of his dearest friend Omar. The storyline of Beyond Denial, revolving around Asher's struggle to come to terms with the loss of his friend, Omar, aligns closely with the genre of grief and tragedy. In this genre, the narrative typically explores the profound emotional impact of loss and the journey of the protagonist as they navigate through stages of grief such as denial, depression, and acceptance. Asher's experience of trauma and denial following Omar's death embodies the essence of grief and tragedy as the film delves into the complexities of human emotion and the profound effects of loss on the human psyche. Wes Anderson were to portray the grief and tragedy genre in a film like Beyond Denial, he might incorporate his signature aesthetic and storytelling approach to enhance the emotional impact of the storyline. The grief and tragedy experienced by Asher would likely be depicted through meticulously crafted visuals, stylized sets, and a carefully curated soundtrack, which I have incorporated too in my media product. In the opening sequence Beyond Denial, several social issues and groups can be represented through the lens of grief and loss, challenging societal expectations and offering a refreshing depiction of boys' emotional journeys during adolescence. Gender. The scene depicting Asher and Omar playing board games outdoors subverts traditional gender stereotypes that suggest boys are only interested in outdoor activities, while showing them engaging in a quieter, more introspective activity. The film challenges the notion that boys are solely defined by their physicality and bravado. This portrayal emphasizes that boys, like girls, have diverse interests and emotional experiences. The film delves into the emotional landscape of teenage boys, portraying them as complex individuals with inner lives rich in vulnerability and sensitivity. Despite societal pressures to conform to emotional detachment, Asher's journey highlights the importance of acknowledging and processing emotions, even in the face of denial and trauma. Through Asher's character, the film challenges the stereotype that boys should suppress their feelings and instead encourages open dialogue and emotional expression. Asher, as a teenager, is depicted as experiencing mental health issues and heightened sensitivity. This portrayal acknowledges the developmental challenges and emotional turbulence that often occurs in this age period. By portraying teenagers grappling with grief and denial, the film sheds light on the unique struggles faced by individuals in this age group, while also emphasizing the nature of human emotions and the importance of empathy and support. Teenage years are a critical period for identity formation, and experiencing the loss of a close friend during this time can profoundly impact one's sense of self. The film can explore how Asher's grief and denial intersect with his search for identity, as he grapples with questions of mortality, friendship, and his own place in the world. highlights the psychological toll of grief and trauma on individuals, shedding light on the importance of mental health awareness and support systems. Through Asher's journey, the film can raise awareness about the impact of unresolved grief and denial on one's mental well-being.